During the whole Afghanistan debacle and after the FDA approved the Pfizer vaccine, I was curious to see what patriots.win had to say about both of these things. And if you don't know what patriots.win is, it used to be known as the Donald.win, but after Donald Trump lost the election fair and square, they kind of sort of couldn't use that name anymore, so they renamed themselves the patriots.win, and it's basically a MAGA forum website. It used to be a subreddit, but then that subreddit got banned, so now it's its own website. I couldn't make it past 2 minutes surfing on that website. I used to look at it a lot when Donald Trump lost the election, but it stopped being funny pretty quickly and went to really, really depressing. And it's still very, very depressing because you see on the front page people still denying that Donald Trump lost the election. People are still saying Joe Biden is our quote unquote illegitimate president. And it's just so fucking sad to see. These people are just so utterly detached from reality, and they make themselves feel better by saying they're the real patriots, they're fighting for America, they're fighting to save America. And again, it's just utterly depressing, but it gave me the idea for this video to talk about toxic patriotism, or should I say nationalism, because these people are essentially nationalists. They use the aesthetics of American patriotism and their supposed love for this country to justify awful things like racism, xenophobia, and also, of course, to undermine the will of the majority by trying to say that Donald Trump actually did win the election and Joe Biden actually lost the election when, of course, like I said, that is completely detached from reality. But these people feel like they're fighting for some sort of cause. They say they're the real patriots, they're the ones fighting for America, and this is a mindset we have seen for so long now, especially within the Trump base. It is to the point where whenever I see someone with an American flag in their profile picture on social media, or have an American flag emoji in their username, I think there is a very high likelihood that this person is a fucking bigoted moron. And that usually is actually the case. And not to mention now with COVID, you see a lot of these types also say, COVID is not a big deal, I'm not taking the vaccine, I'm not wearing masks, I'm not taking any of these precautions, and I'm going completely against the mandates because that is my freedom, and real patriots recognize that these mandates crack down upon their freedoms. And this is what I hate about the toxic patriotism that runs rampant in this country. It helps justify a lot of these very stupid fucking positions and helps justify people actively harm others in this country in the name of quote-unquote freedom. I don't know if you could call me a patriot. I have a lot of fucking issues with this country, but I do like the country I live in. I am very appreciative that I am born here, contrary to what some people may say about me. But no, I do like a lot of things about this country, but that does not mean I will ascribe to these stupid fucking beliefs, and that does not mean I will unquestionably love everything this country does, because this country, like all other countries, is prone to making very stupid decisions. And these quote-unquote patriots also realize this, only when a Democrat is at the helm, because now, with Biden's withdrawal from Afghanistan, these people are throwing a fucking fit and taking the early 2000s neocon positions and saying that we should stay in Afghanistan, prolong this very pointless fucking war. Meanwhile, CO clap for Trump when he signed the deal to withdraw from Afghanistan that Biden inherited when he took office. These people have no actual fucking principles. They just have the hyper-partisan blinders on. To me, real patriotism doesn't include unquestionable support for a political party. And why should I feel unquestionable love for a country that is so fractured and divided that even taking necessary precautions against a deadly virus and taking necessary precautions, ensuring that those around us don't catch said deadly virus, is a point of contention for many people within this country. To me, real patriotism also includes having basic empathy for those around us, and we seem to have quite the opposite of that in this country. We seem to really contempt those around us, not giving a fuck about the health and safety of those around us, not giving a fuck about things like universal health care, free college, things that would actually benefit us as a society collectively. Not giving a fuck about any of that. We have this very toxic, individualist mindset in this country that I just wish would fucking die. We label these sorts of things that are, very basic and readily available in other developed countries as socialism, communism, and we label the people who are in favor of these sorts of things as socialists, communists, putting these things and the people in support of these things behind scary, at least to the American right and many apolitical people of this country, buzzwords, thus making these things seem scary to a good portion of people in this country and making the people in favor of these things delegitimized in the eyes of many people in this country, thus continuing the toxic individualist mindset in this country. Patriotism in and of itself, I really don't have much of an issue with. But when people call themselves patriots but are actually like the people I described in this video, then that's where I draw a line, and that's where I have a huge issue, because these people are not really patriots. They use the aesthetics of American patriotism to further propagate their very twisted views and prop up a party, a political party that does not give a fuck about them. It is fine to feel pride in the country that you were born in. I may not fully understand it, but hey, I guess I should feel lucky because I could have very well been born in a way worse off place in this world, but I still feel like there's more to a person than the country they were born in, but whatever. Anyways, it is fine to feel pride in the country that you were born in, but don't fall into the traps that many of the quote-unquote patriots in this country fall in. Having your patriotism be fueled by hatred, division, and just sheer stupidity. Cautiously love your country, and don't let that love get to the point where all other countries can go fuck themselves, because at that point, you're just a nationalist. Plain and simple, sorry, not sorry. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye-bye.